The Queen spent a night in hospital during the autumn, and the monarch subsequently faced cutting down her busy royal schedule. Although the Queen has held some engagements in recent weeks, other royals like Prince Charles and Prince William have been able to fill in for the monarch at some events while she has been recovering. Here is how several members of the royal family have stepped up their royal workload to support the Queen in recent months. The Queen's only daughter, Princess Anne, is often dubbed Britain's hardest working royal due to her unwavering dedication to the crown. Unlike other members of the royal family, Anne usually works under the radar, often filling her diary with several royal engagements each day. According to the Telegraph, Princess Anne has completed 368 engagements so far this year, more than any other member of the royal family. And Anne has also reportedly taken on more investitures on behalf of the Queen than any other senior royals since summer 2021. The Queen had to cancel her planned appearance at the COP26 climate summit in Glasgow in November. But the Queen could depend on her son Prince Charles and his wife, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, to lead the royal contingent at the flagship conference. Charles gave an impassioned speech during the opening night of the conference in front of assembled delegates. The Queen also had to pull out of the Remembrance Day event at the Cenotaph, an event known to be incredibly important to the Queen. But Charles was present to lay a wreath on the Queen's behalf at the memorial. In recent years, the Queen has made fewer trips abroad and has delegated many royal tours to her children and grandchildren. Last month, Charles and Camilla paid a visit to Egypt and Jordan for a 4-day royal tour. Since the summer, Kate and William appear to have increased their public presence. William and Kate both attended the COP26 climate summit in November, in addition to the Remembrance Day service at the Cenotaph. Comparisons were drawn between Kate and the Queen at the latter due to Kate's position in the center of the balcony, a place usually held by the Queen. Like his aunt Princess Anne, William has also carried out investitures on behalf of the Queen in recent months. And in addition to national events, Kate and William have also been pursuing their own charitable interests and patronages in recent months. William launched a walking audio tour with the Apple Fitness Plus Time to Walk series, to promote the benefits of walking for mental health. To mark the festive season, Kate also hosted the Together at Christmas concert at Westminster Abbey, which will be televised on Christmas Eve. Now, in an emotional letter to the family of decorated soldier Nathan Hunt, who are fighting to memorialize their son TM's life by adding his name to the National Armed Forces Memorial, Harry said he wishes he could help the family had I been in the same role I once was. In the letter, which features the Prince TMS logo, Harry writes, "I deeply empathize with what your family is going through and so wish I could assist formally, had I been in the same role I once was." Harry had served alongside Nathan in Afghanistan in 2008, but Nathan took his own life in 2018 after suffering from severe mental health problems thought to be linked to his military service. Representatives for the Duke of Sussex have been contacted for comment. Additional reporting by Chloe Davis follow for below for live updates. Prince Harry, 37, will cover his lifetime in the public eye, including his time in the military, marriage, and fatherhood. The Duke of Sussex, said the memoir, to be published by Penguin Random House, will be written not as the prince he was, but as the man he has become. But royal expert Richard Kay has claimed Prince Charles is dreading the release of the book as it stands as a constant reminder of Princess Diana. Speaking to Palace Confidential on Mail Plus, Mr. Kay said, "I think the difficulty for Prince Charles is that every time Harry opens his mouth, he seems to chip away at his father's credibility, and this must be undermining their relationship. They have on the horizon the prospect of Harry's autobiography or memoir. We don't know what's going to be in it, but we do know he has spent some time digging into his mother's relationship with his father. They must be dreading the publication of that book and what it will mean. We're edging closer to the Prince of Wales becoming monarch, and every time these embarrassing situations erupt with his son, it reminds people why they have problems with the prospect of Charles as king. He's done his best over the past 20 years to rededicate himself to his future subjects, but there are obviously difficulties. People still haven't forgiven or forgotten the Diana years, and Harry's constant reminder about the past makes this a really tricky transition period for Charles. It comes as Harry is under pressure to name the royal racist in his upcoming book, The Sun has claimed. Speaking to GB News, Ms. Schofield said, "Isn't this just the tackiest rumor in the world? I believe the publishers are going to continue to perpetuate this rumor because quite frankly Prince Harry and gone way overboard on oversharing this past year. Don't miss what is there left to know. This is the only secret left for the Sussex couple. I think that we're going to continue to hear this rumor because it's really the only thing that might send people to the bookstores to purchase this book." The article that I've read about the rumor also suggests Harry is going to go deep into his mother's background. I love that idea. I think this is a great opportunity for Harry to brand himself as a leader and as somebody worthy of giving us guidance and advice on how to be better humans. Unfortunately, if he goes this route, it really looks tacky. It's going to completely sever his ties with his family, especially his brother. I think his brother will be disappointed in him if they continue with this narrative. I really hope that it's not true, but I don't think this rumor is going to go away because frankly it's really the only thing that they have that the entire world is curious about, and that might sell a few books. Duke of Sussex, 37, who stepped back from his role in the royal family last year along with his wife Meghan Markle, 40, was branded the most famous job quitter in history aside from his great-uncle King Edward VIII. Harry, who now lives in California, took part in a Q&A about mental health with American business magazine Fast Company this week. A former working royal and former soldier, the Duke is now the Chief Impact Officer of mental health and coaching firm BetterUp. He said, "ITMV actually discovered recently, courtesy of a chat with BetterUp Science Board member, Adam Grant, that a lot of the job resignations you mention are in TMT all bad. In fact, it is a sign that with self-awareness comes the need for change. Many people around the world have been stuck in jobs that didn't TMT bring them joy, and now they TM putting their mental health and happiness first. This is something to be celebrated." Harry, who has famously opened up about his own mental health on several occasions, may have had good intentions with his remarks, but they did not go down well in some quarters. Ms. Elsa claimed the comments made Harry look out of touch, pointing out that many people are not able to leave their jobs, even if they do not make them happy, because they do not have the same personal wealth as he does. She jibed, "It is this man, a man with a startling paucity of real-life experience, who is readily offering up career wisdom, something that makes about as much sense as asking Prince Andrew for dating advice or Prince Philip, back in the day, for driving tips." She added, "What the joy of quitting trademark brouhaha has done is strip away the veneer of his Call Me Harry trademark knockabout bloke public persona and reminded the world that he is a man who up until last year lived off his father TM's generosity and never had to pay an electricity bill in his life." The royal writer claimed Harry received millions of dollars from his father Prince Charles until the age of about 35. After Meghan and Harry announced last year that they intended to step back from their royal roles, much speculation was made over their finances. He claimed that his family had literally cut me off financially in the first quarter of 2020. Financial accounts were then released that showed that Charles continued to fund Meghan and Harry into the summer of last year. At the time, Harry faced claims that his allegation about being financially cut off did not match the financial records. A spokesperson for Prince Charles and his wife Camilla TM's Clarence House addressed the apparent discrepancy between the two timelines. They said, "I wouldn't TMT acknowledge that they are dramatically different. All I can tell you are the facts." Harry and Meghan TM's own spokesperson also attempted to clear up the matter, claiming that Harry had not been referring to the first quarter of the calendar year, but actually the financial year, which in the UK begins in April. They said, "You are conflating two different timelines and it's TMS inaccurate to suggest that they're TMS a contradiction." Harry also paid a large amount of money into the sovereign grant last year to cover the costs of his and Meghan TM's refurbishment of their former home, Frogmore Cottage, which had been paid for by the taxpayer. Sky News reported that Harry TMS £2.4 million repayment also included rent the couple had accrued at Frogmore Cottage. Ms. Elsner added that Prince William now looks like the golden child after his brother TMS various controversial media appearances, especially with his new Apple Fitness Plus Time to Walk series. She claimed the contrast between what the two are doing is stark, and even suggested it may be embarrassing for Harry.